So we're doing a special edition of RF Sports Radio. We are live in LA today, watching the Mavs taking on the Lakers. So we'll talk a lot of NBA stuff. So Royce, it's been a while since we had a public discussion about NBA, basketball, sports, anything.
Absolutely, and I'm looking forward to this discussion. It's going to be totally different from what it was last year or previous years.
Yeah.
Because the NBA is up in I don't know what's going on.
We haven't talked about it at all.
I have no idea what's going on.
I want to start, though. Let's start a little bit about kind of this overall from what you've seen this season. Has it been, what team has surprised you the most, either good or bad?
That's a good one.
I know for me, I had to say.
I know what yours is the Lakers, but what I'm so up in arms about is the scoring, man. I mean, these guys, the first 2 weeks of the NBA season, man, the scores have been off the chart. I mean, this reminds me of the 70s when the team was scoring 120, 140 points. You almost had to score 140 points to win a game now.
Well, I think you would agree from your era to now that the league is filled with better scores, or at least more scores now than in previous times. So that's one thing. The other part would be the fact that no one really plays defense.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's not really a team that you can point to and say, you know what, they're gonna win by playing defense.
Right.
Everybody's trying to win by a 3-point shot or trying to outscore a team, trying to outrun them. There aren't any teams anymore like the Pistons, the Bad Boy Pistons, or some of those other great teams.
Even the early Bulls.
They relied on defense.
Right.
There aren't any teams like that. So I think when you have that, a bunch of shooters that can score, the 3-point shot, and then the fact that nobody plays defense, you're going to have scores kind of out of whack.
You're right. It's a new NBA now. I mean, the 3-pointer had changed the whole game. They need to back it up 5 more feet.
Yeah. And
I don't think that's going to make a difference either. You got big guys shooting threes. You got everybody shooting threes. The 15 feet and under is gone.
Yeah.
You don't see that anymore. You don't see guys play with their backs to the basket anymore. Everybody's playing from way outside the 3-point line.
Even the big men. Even 7-footers.
Absolutely. They don't play under the basket anymore.
Yeah.
You know, in order to space the floor, they come out to the 3-point line, which leaves wide open lanes to run in. And that's why you don't see guys get free easy layups.
Exactly. Let's stay on there for a second because you mentioned 3-pointers changing the game. We saw Klay Thompson hit 14 threes.
Man, that was something else.
Broke his teammate's record for most 3-pointers in the game. Steph Curry's record. I mean, you talk about how much the 3-point shot has changed. I mean, but I look at guys like Klay Thompson, look at guys like Steph Curry, and I start thinking like, man, you know, how do you rank great shooters when you look at like top 10 players all the time?
I tell you, you just named
you know what I mean? Because none of the top 10 players you think of are really great 3-point shooters.
You just named 2 of the greatest 3-point shooters I've ever seen in my life.
Okay.
I'm 65 years old.
Right.
Now I've seen some great shooters.
Right.
Mr. P, Maverick, you know, Dave, Carl. I've seen a lot of guys. But I haven't seen anything like Steph and Klay, man. These 2 guys have just really blown me away, man.
But how do you rank a guy that can shoot the 3-point shot? They were like Steph Curry's got 2 MVPs.
Well, you know, that's a good question.
He's got 3 titles.
That's a whole new standard, man.
You know what I mean? But I really bring it up because if you think of a normal top 10, any top 10 list you look at, there aren't going to be like great 3-point shooters like Steph in the list. They're going to be big men. They're going to be guards. They're going to be guys that go to the hole.
Right.
They can still shoot, you know, inside the 3-point line. Great field goal percentage, but not just straight 3-point scores like Steph.
Dirk, he's like number 3 all time 3 points.
Yeah.
You know, and he's a big guy, 7 foot, and like I said, now you see these shooting guards. But I mean, back in my day, guards were more facilitator. They were more driving to the basket.
Assist kind of guys.
There's
some points, so that's a plus.
But how you rank that for 3 points? Who's the best? You know, that's a good question. Who made the most?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Today, like I said, everybody shoots 3. 14 3-pointers in a game.
Yeah, that's
awesome. A high for a team.
Fantastic.
We talking about one person.
Fantastic.
That was a high for a team.
I know.
I don't remember teams having 14 3-pointers in a game.
The team itself had 92 points at halftime.
Right. So,
if you guys haven't seen that.
Wow,
As I mentioned, we're live in LA. We got a beautiful view over here. We try to get you guys a view of the Hollywood sign and stuff, but Just couldn't get the lighting right.
California haze.
Yeah, the haze wasn't right.
Right.
But let's talk about LA real quick, because I know this is something me and you debate a lot. All right.
I warned him.
I know we debate a lot. I haven't always admittedly been a big LeBron fan, okay? But I will be honest about LeBron, okay? The stuff he's done off the court has really turned me into a big fan of LeBron's, you know? And you think about it, you cannot argue with the consistency he added in the Eastern Conference.
Absolutely.
Going to all those back-to-back finals, whether he won them or lost them.
Right.
You know, I used to talk about that a lot. He made it.
Make it to the finals.
He dominated the East.
Right.
But now he's in LA.
Right.
Now he's with the Lakers. Now they're 2-5, okay?
Right.
Going into, when we make this video, going to this game tonight. And he's already had a fight on the court, something he normally doesn't happen when he's playing basketball with his teammates. He's got the LA pressure.
Right, he has to win the championship.
This feels different. This 2-5 is kind of slow start. Kind of feels like it might be getting to him a little bit.
Well, if you watching the Laker game recently, he looked like the old man out on the court. To be honest.
Well, I think it's only because of age, though. Because you look around, everybody else is the youngest guys on the court.
But you know, I know you're not a big LeBron. I'm not either. I've been seeing, like I said, year after year after year. He's the Buffalo Bills of the NBA.
Right. That's one way to put it.
Right. He's the Buffalo Bills of the NBA. He came to LA, wasn't to just play basketball, because we know he has a production company. Right. He's done movies. And,
right.
You know, if you're going to be any kind of movie or shake in Hollywood, you got to be in
Being in Hollywood is a plus.
So, that and his kids, you know, it's better way of life. The weather's better. We know how the weather is, but one thing about it, when he put on that uniform, he put a lot of pressure on the Steph.
Yes,
you have to win a championship in LA. That's a given. You can't come to LA. Big stars, LeBron James, and all he's done, and not win a championship, because that would ruin your whole legacy.
Well, what's interesting to me is the other night, Kobe was at the game, sitting with the GM. Right. They having conversations about the game. I mean, he has never been with a. Well, I take that back. Miami has a little bit of that mystique. They had previous championships, but majority of the time he's being spent in Cleveland, being a prodigal son, you know, the chosen one. He hasn't had that pressure of looking up in the rafters and seeing great names like Kobe Bryant, Magic Johnson, George Mikan, Wilt Chamberlain, Shaquille O'Neal, seeing all these other titles that other greats have brought to this city, and that he wasn't a part of. He hasn't had to play under that kind of pressure ever before. And I think folks don't understand
that's a lot of pressure.
How much pressure that really is. That's a lot of pressure when you're coming from, hey, I'm supposed to be the greatest basketball player of all time.
I will say this, though. He has done everything he said. He went to Miami. He said he's going to win not 1, not 2, 3. He went back to Cleveland. He went back to Cleveland. He said, I was going to bring a championship to the city.
He did.
And now he's in L.A. So there are promises yet to be filled. So we have to wait and see. But it's going to take a while, because I watched this team. I watched the way they played. It's full of talent.
Yeah.
But they're all young talent, all raw talent. The thing that bothers me about this team is the veterans that they brought in. I don't know if they're going to jail.
Yeah.
You know, because, you got Lance Stevenson, you got Beasley, Michael Beasley on the bench. Yeah. You got Rondo, and we know how Rondo is. We experienced that in Dallas.
Right.
So are those guys going to mess up the young guys to really get
Well, the young, I thought young guys, especially like Kyle Kuzma, I thought he would step up more than what he's doing right now. He can still do a lot more. This is your time to really prove that you're the sidekick that LeBron needs.
But they're watching LeBron. I think they're sitting back, watching, waiting on LeBron.
He's not waiting on them to watch him.
Right.
He's waiting on them to step up and be the number 2 guy.
You know, I think they're in awe just like anybody else to be playing with LeBron.
I'm sure, yeah.
You know, and I'm pretty sure it's going to take a while, but I see them watching him because the ball is in his hand. The ball should be in Ball's hands, because he's the next generation.
Right.
You know, so I think he should give more control to the younger guys, and take a lesser role than trying to teach them how to play, because that's going That's gonna be a process.
And I'll be honest, people are not gonna like when I say this, but winning a title here would be his biggest championship ever.
Absolutely,
It'd be his biggest one. I'm sorry. I know people pointed the one in Cleveland. I get it. You know, Cleveland never had one. He brought one home, but this is a much tougher environment to win in.
Oh, we talking about
you're in LA. You're playing under Magic.
Hollywood.
You're in Hollywood.
Right.
You're in the West. Okay,
right.
You're in the Western Conference. You gotta play some.
The population compared to Cleveland.
I mean, I'm just saying you gotta. Right. This would be his greatest title if he's able to pull off a title.
This be bigger than watch rides.
Yeah, it'd be big. It'd be huge.
He won. They'll tear down. And we've seen California burn, but not like that.
And what's interesting too in this situation he's in, he's got 3, maybe 4 years, and all he has to do is win one.
Right, just one.
He just win one. It's like I do win one in LA.
But the competition out west is so
hard.
Look at Golden State, what they've done. Portland's gotten better. Denver's better. You know, and New Orleans. You know, all of them are better than the Lakers right now.
Yeah.
And down the road, I do believe. So
it's
going to be a tough. He's delivering on everything he said he's going to do. I'm going to give him 4 years.
Okay.
I give him 4 years to win one. I give him.
All he has to do is win one.
I give him 3 years to go to the finals.
Okay. I give him 2.
So that is a talented team.
I give him 2. He's got this year, next year to get to the finals. In my opinion.
Well, I got a good question for you. You know, all the talk about this summer was Paul George coming to LA and who so and David, the guy from New Orleans.
Anthony
Davis is gonna be coming, but Paul George really put a wrinkle in the whole thing
by saying it. Okay,
and I was surprised to hear that.
Yeah, I was too.
But the rumor I heard is a lot of guys don't want to play with LeBron.
Well, that makes no sense to me.
But I don't believe
that. It makes no sense to me because I think if you want to play with other stars, regardless of who the star is. Okay, regardless of how y'all feel about each other. If it ain't no Westbrook, Patrick Beverly situation, if we ain't about to fight every time we see each other, we can play together to win a title. So I just don't. If that was the case, it's a bad case. I was shocked because I was coming to LA quite a bit. During the off season, and I'm telling you, there were more signs to bring Paul George here than it was to bring LeBron here. Right. There were more signs. They thought they had to get Paul George first,
then LeBron.
Right. So there were more signs around LA for him.
Right. You know, in his home where everybody thought he was gonna come back.
And then he makes a statement about, hey, you know, I wanted to be in LA. I could have been in LA or something to that effect. And
stay here with Russell.
Anyway, we'll see how that works out.
And speaking of the Oklahoma City Thunder, what do you think their problem is?
Man, it's hard to say, man. I've been very critical of the coach in the past, Billy Donovan, especially when KD was there with them. They should have won. Right. But I don't know. It's hard to say because Russ is rusty. Right. I'm not trying to make a pun on words there. Right. But he's very rusty. Didn't play a lot in the offseason. Came back late, so I think once he gets going, he'll keep doing it. But Paul George should be stepping up at this point in time. He's really not.
I think sometimes maybe it's just too much Russell. You know, sometimes
it always can be too much Russell.
Sometimes you can have too much Russell.
It could always be too much Russell.
He just takes over the game, takes over the ball, takes over all the time, and takes from other guys, and they're lost. Yeah, you know, they're not playing really as a team. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting year, man. I mean, I see Denver's doing really good.
Everybody's doing good.
New Orleans doing good.
But it's still early. It's still early.
Let's talk about your team.
Who's that?
The Dallas Mavericks.
Let's talk about them. I was gonna segue right into it because we're gonna see them tonight in LA. Okay, playing the Lakers. Both teams are 2-5. Okay, right. And this is both of them have young players, and this is really Luka Doncic's first time to play in Staples Center in LA, the big stage. Right. He actually has admittedly said before on interviews that LeBron is his favorite player. That's the guy he tries to pattern his game after. And so far this season, he's done a really good job. I don't know what he's averaging. I just know he's making a lot of points. My problem so far with the Mavericks, to be quite honest, is I think they should rely on him more Although that's crazy to sound, a 19-year-old kid, first time in the league, first time going on the road playing in some of these places. But they should rely on him more. To me, he is their best scorer.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen. I know Dennis Smith handles the ball a lot more, and he's probably taking more shots, at least from what I see. I know he's missing more shots, but I think that they should really feature him more some kind of way and let him just have the ball in his hands and let Dennis Smith play off the ball a little bit. Because if you think about what they've done the last couple of seasons, the wins they've had somebody kind of doing point a little bit, whether it's Yogi Farrell or J.J. Barea, whoever. They've had some other guys, dishing it to the off guard. So for some reason, I just feel like he should be playing a more natural point position with the ball in his hands a lot more.
I agree with you, but for a 19-year-old playing the way he's playing and the experience he has, boy, I'm grateful that the
I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
And
that was a
Dennis
good pick.
Smith, I think he regressed a little bit this year because last year they put him in a role as a rookie, and he was controlling the ball, and he learned a lot, and he became a better player. But I think bringing Luka in, he kind of changed his role a little bit.
Yeah.
And another thing that hurt the Mavs, and this is coming back from 2011, they always had a good bench.
They did.
This year coming in, that bench has been hurt. Powell's been hurt. Devin Harris, Dirk. So they don't really have anybody to come in and take over that. They've always had a second unit that could compete with anybody. They might not win the championship, but they could always keep you in the game and compete. They didn't have that coming into this year because everybody was hurt.
Right.
And then having Barnes out, he was the leading scorer of the team last year.
He was, yeah.
And having him come back with just 2
He's got to get acclimated to get in.
I saw him the other night. I don't think he knows what his role is.
Yeah, he's still trying to figure that part out.
He's trying to figure that out. Because last year, he had the ball in his hands. He took the last shot.
Right.
Everything ran through him. So I think I won't give them a little while to grow. But I like the way it's going to look in the future. Learning under Rick Carlisle, and I'm glad to see him play the young guys. Brunson looks good. I like him. They got, we always said they need to get younger. They had old players. Yeah. They need to get younger.
Yeah.
Now they need to move some of these old pieces.
They got real young.
JJ, Devin, I mean, we love you. You got a championship. We think you're great, but I think it's time to move on,
Yeah. Well, I think that's now. I think it's going to happen. I think, once the clock finally ticks for Dirk, what I mean? I think a lot of those things have changed and they'll officially get even younger.
Right.
I'm going to ask you about 2 things, though. First, how do you think that DeAndre Jordan's fitting into what the Mavs are trying to do? I'm going to ask you this, better question. Not even how he's fitting in the basketball equation, but in the locker room. You've been in the locker room this season. How is he with the other guys?
He's a hoop, man. He's very funny. He's very likable. He's very good with the media. He's very good with the public. He's very good with the fans. I mean, Carlisle loves him. This is his home, Texas. I think he's gonna stay. But
you think he's gonna stay?
They won a championship with a good center.
Okay.
And a lot of teams, you got to have really a center.
Mm-hmm. You can do worse.
Yeah.
You can do worse.
Right, you can do worse. But, we know the part of the center is kind of going away. But I like DeAndre. He can't give you got to have defense. You got to have a rim. You got to have somebody to rebound. And the Mavericks were the worst last year in rebounding. They couldn't get a rebound. But now but I like his personality. I like him. I like what he brings. He energizes the guy. And if you watch tonight, and I know you hadn't seen a lot of the Mavericks games, you've been traveling, but you watch how he communicates with the rest of the guys. He's a veteran. He knows what to do. He shows these young guys what to do. I think his leadership on the floor is really valuable for these young guys.
Well, to me, the matchup to watch tonight is not just LeBron versus Doncic, but to me, it's DeAndre versus JaVale. I want to see that tonight. I want to see DeAndre Jordan and JaVale McGee duke it out tonight for rebounds and dunks and lobs. That to me is going to be the matchup to watch tonight.
Well, they say he always puts Wesley Matthews on the best player.
Wow,
So,
hey,
Wesley
how does
will
it
be
work out for you? You lost 5 games.
Absolutely.
Sorry, Rick. It really ain't worked out for you, buddy.
Absolutely, yeah. We'll see what kind of defense
You ain't made the
Wesley
playoffs
has.
with that
Listen,
strategy.
if you're not gonna play
Sorry.
defense, Wesley, you gotta.
You might as well just chill out, bro. Just enjoy LA.
Every game I've seen Wesley play in for 3 quarters is stuck at 9 points. So that's 3 points a quarter.
Yeah.
He's got to do better than that.
You got to do way better than that.
And then he comes in the fourth quarter. He has come up in the fourth quarter and made it to 18 to 20. But they need 18 to 24 points from Wesley.
Oh,
He's getting paid.
Yeah, he's
like a top player. You got to
need
play like a top player.
You need 15 points from Wesley Matthews.
Right, 15 to 18.
You need 15 to 18.
Something like 24.
I would agree.
You got to get that.
I would agree. You need 15 to 18 points. And 3 of them need to be 3-pointers.
Then when Dirk gets healthy, you're going to have him trailing. So that's going to make up for the 3.
Shooting,
He's a 3-point guy. So I look for him to get better. Like
okay, so you seen 7 games.
Right.
They're
better than your Lakers.
I don't know about that.
Well,
I'm not going to go that far. No, they're not better than Lakers.
Well, listen, they're not any worse.
They're not any worse. Well, yeah, they're not any worse.
Not any worse.
By their record, either way. But
Right.
I was going to ask you, now that you've seen them 7 games, are you ready to change your mind that they actually make the 8th spot in the playoffs, or you want to just kind of...
I'm going to hold it. I said they make the 8th spot.
Do they pick in the lottery next year?
No, but they'll make the 8th spot. They'll have some money. It'll be a lot of money off the books next year. They'll have some money. Hopefully they can go get somebody by having Luka here and Dennis Smith. Then DeAndre Jordan. That looks more attractive to come to Dallas.
Getting somebody out of the lottery is not a bad idea, honestly, to fit with Doncic and Dennis Smith and DeAndre Jordan.
You know, sometimes
it's not a bad idea, man.
Get a 3rd or 4th round pick that can really play.
No.
Or contribute to your team.
You need them.
You got your cornerstone.
You need top 5.
You got your cornerstone. Right?
We think we do. We think. So your cornerstone pieces would be...
It's Luka.
Okay, who else?
And Dennis Smith.
You think Dennis Smith is a cornerstone piece for the Mavs to build upon?
Somebody who's playing great for the Mavs. He doesn't get a lot of respect, but the guy, he plays his heart out. That's Powell.
Yeah, but he's not a cornerstone piece. He's a piece.
He's not a cornerstone.
He's a piece. Don't get me wrong, but he's not a cornerstone.
The 2011 championship team were pieces.
Yeah, they were pieces, but they had cornerstones.
Right, they had cornerstones.
You had Dirk and you had Jason Terry and Jason Kidd.
Right.
Those are the
so
cornerstone
we have 2 of the
pieces.
3 pieces.
I don't know if Dennis Smith is that piece.
Well, Dennis Smith could be a better player if he patterned his game after Derrick Rose.
If he goes to the hole.
Yeah, he needs to go to the basket. We know he can jump. He was in the slam dunk. He got robbed in the slam dunk contest.
Yeah.
We know he got hops. We know he can do all kind of dunks. But he's out here shooting threes because his role has changed. He doesn't have the ball in his hand. And he should do more cutting and going to the basket, play more like Derrick Rose here. You know, he could up his points every night if he stopped shooting, jumping.
I agree with that 100%.
Right.
I don't know why he's just decided
making
to
him a jump shooter.
Why
he's not a jump shooter.
It's almost like he treats the game like practice.
Right.
All right, like you take a bunch of shots in practice, working on your game.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot from over here.
I'm gonna shoot over here. I'm gonna try it over here. I don't have a spot on the floor.
Right.
I'm just gonna try a bunch of different spots, like I'm in the gym. That's what I don't like either. So, but we'll see tonight. We'll watch the Lakers and the Mavs tonight. We'll check on the other scores and stuff.
Yeah, DeAndre can pull that big center out, open up lanes, man.
We'll see.
He
could.
Yeah, he can drive just like on the 405. Yeah, 405 lanes.
But we wanted to come to y'all real quick episode. RF Sports Radio here from LA. We'll be back with more episodes.
One after the game when the Mavs win.
We can do one after the game. That'll work.
Mavs win.
Okay, Mavs win. We'll definitely do one with interviews. How about that?
You want to make a little bet?
Put a little interviews in there and stuff.
Make a little bet on the game tonight.
What's the bet?
I say the Mavericks don't lose by no more than 10.
You said they don't lose by no more than 10. Come on. I'll take that bet on any team.
Well,
I ain't going to take that bet with any team.
Until they learn how to close out games, which they don't.
More than 10?
Every game
they are going to lose tonight.
Yeah, every game they've been in.
I think LeBron's pretty
They don't
pissed.
know how to close out games.
I think LeBron's pissed. All right. I think he's going to have one of his best games as a Laker in his early career as a Laker tonight. He might go for 50 tonight.
Wow, you think so?
I think so. I think he's pissed off. I think he doesn't want to
lose. If he
lose.
goes for 50 tonight, I won't be on the show.
You'll be a witness again.
I'm gonna go out and get drunk. Celebrate LA.
Tonight.
Right. Yeah, but you're right. I think he's tired of losing. And you can see it in his face.
That's what I'm saying.
You can see the frustration.
He gonna will it tonight. He gonna do it by himself.
You see him in interviews after the game. He said he's not worried because he can turn it on and turn it off anytime he wants to. And now he's finna go into his playoff mode.
And we've seen him do this in finals series.
Where
he gets pissed off by everybody else and just does it by himself.
That's why I quit going to the finals. I was tired of seeing LeBron James every year in the finals. So.
But stay tuned. Shout out to Cross Colors for the fit. I appreciate the sweatshirt Cross Colors. Y'all bring it back.
Rodney, while we're here, let's get an early prediction. Who do you think is in the Western Conference? Who do you think is going to be in the Eastern Conference?
As far as the finals, I would think. Now, at the beginning of the year, I said that it would be the Warriors against the Lakers in the finals. What I said at the beginning.
You still believe that?
I don't believe that anymore.
Okay.
I think it's going to be the Warriors and the Pelicans in the finals.
I agree with that.
In the West. And in the East, I've got the Celtics and the Raptors in the finals in the East.
Wow. I agree with you on that. So we'll see. Toronto is turning it up.
Toronto's turning it up. Boston's good. They're going to get better once they figure their situation out. And New Orleans is a threat.
Yeah.
New Orleans is a threat.
Watch out for Portland and Denver, though. We'll see.
I just don't think they're better than New Orleans.
No, I'm not right now.
All right, well, thank y'all for tuning in. RF Sports Radio will be back with more. Stay tuned. Live from LA.